Ray, thanks very much for joining us. Not long
Yeah,
now until you come back. Starts at Q School. How are you feeling?
yeah.
How's preparation going?
Very good. Preparation, really good. I'm practicing, 3 to 5 times a week with Jeffrey Deswan and Eva, the coach. 3 times a week in my office in The Hague and 2 times a week in Spijkenisse, where my sponsor runs his office and his company. So, yeah, we make huge steps. The only trouble is, of course, you can't see where you are with your level at the moment. Normally, you could play local tournaments in small pubs or in small local tournaments or whatever in Holland. You're not allowed to. There's nothing to be organized from now, and that makes it harder because you don't know what your level is. I'm doing pretty well against Jeffrey, but you don't know what the other players during Q School, what their levels are. And for me, it's going to be the first time, so I don't know what to expect, to be fair.
It's been a while since we last saw you on the PDC stage. What's
Yeah.
changed since then, mentally?
I think last year was a good learn process for me. I start to realize what I had, and that was not so bad, to be honest. It was a fantastic life, playing on the highest level on stages, fantastic crowds, beautiful countries to travel to, and playing darts there. I was not really happy about the situation that I was retiring. I discussed it with Jacko at the time, but I wasn't 100% sure this was the right thing. But I became a problem for myself, my family and friends, depressed, burnout, I think. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do the future. I'm going to retire, and I'm going to do some exhibitions and clinics throughout the world, whatever. And that felt good, and okay, I was laid back with that. Of course, that awful World Championship, I'd rather forget that pretty quick because that was awful. So after the first 2-3 months, I was okay. My farewell night was in Holland, in Amsterdam. I was pretty okay. I was happy again. And then the COVID came, the Corona came, and you must realize I went back from 100% attention and playing darts on the highest levels, not to 50% doing exhibitions, but straight to nil, straight to zero, And well, the first 2 months you're okay, but then you're not allowed to travel anymore. Then you're not allowed to play darts. Everything went closed. No competition darts. You don't see your friends anymore. So the only thing you do is watching Netflix, and so it became a bit of a problem. And I was thinking what to do next, and I start missing the game. That's all what happened. And I was watching back old films and old videos from myself from YouTube, and I'm thinking, wow, this was a great life, right? And but still not considering to come back until I met Ivo Kuitert. He was there for all these years with me, and when I was winning Lakeside and I was winning major tournaments at the BDO, I met him in town with his missus. And he said, with a coffee, he said, what you must do is pick up your darts again and start practicing, because Tour School is coming out the corner in January, and we still believe you can do this. And I never ever thought about it, but he started me thinking, yeah, why not? And then my former sponsor, Ben de Kock, came on my path, and he rang me. He said, Ray, is this what you want? I said, yeah, Ben, it feels good. I got a lot of time to think things over last year, and the things I did wrong, I want to do this better next time. And of course, maybe at the end it would have been better to take a sabbatical year, and why don't do this last year, because it was a horrible year, of course, for every sport and every player. And now I'm fresh. My head is clear. I can't wait to start again. I love the darts. I'm watching every competition on TV when I can. And I can't wait to come back. But first steps first, It's the Q School, which is divided now in 3 days in 1A and then 1B. And then the second phase come with the old tour card holders. That's the first goal, getting a tour card. And then focus on pro tours and hopefully qualifying for the World Championship by the end of the year. And everything what comes on my path during that World Championship, I think it's a bonus.
In theory, after that World Championship night, you could have turned around and said, no, I'm going to keep my tour card. But do you think having the 10 to 12 months off, you've needed that time to come back and reset and come back better?
The trouble is, if you say, I'm going to do a sabbatical, your sponsors wouldn't be happy. What would have happened was, like last year in March, like then maybe sponsors like Target or whatever will tell you, Ray, I know you're retired, I know you got a sabbatical, but why not give it a go at the UK Open? You know, you never know. Maybe you do well because you're relaxed right now. And I knew things like that happening. Other problem was my farewell night. That was already a year before that organized, you know, so I couldn't say I'm going to do a sabbatical now because, then that farewell night had to be cancelled and tickets were sold and the venue was arranged. So that was always also a problem. At the end, I wasn't really happy with the situation because when Jacko said this to me in the Grand Prix 2018, Ray, another year, and then because this is not the way we want. I said, I agree that, but me without darts, you know, I was a 17-year-old kid, start playing darts and then believing in myself and had dreams. But the last 2-3 years, I didn't have dreams anymore. I just went out like it was a day's work, you know. I went to pro tours, I went to tournaments, not realizing this is the best job in the world. And last year, I think I start thinking about this life again. And it was great. It was fantastic, you know. As long as you win and lifting trophies, then it's an amazing time. And I still believe I can do that. It's not realistic to say I'm going to be a world champion or going to win a major. That's not realistic. But it is realistic that I can join the pro tour and start playing well on the highest levels and give myself, my girlfriend and family and my fans the best RVB to remember.
Last couple of years of your career, you obviously had a high ranking and it was gradually slipping down. Whereas now, if you are successful at Q School, there's only one way to go up. So do you think that will be another mental change?
Yeah, I need focus. You know, my whole career was always based on focus. When a reporter asked me, say 10, 14 years ago, when I'm joining the PDC, what is your goal? I said, I have 3-4 goals. I want to play Phil Taylor. You know, I want to beat him. I want to hit a televised 9-darter. I want to win the World Championship, and I want to become the PDC number 1. I all achieved that in 40 months. So, and when you go down the rankings, it is very hard to focus because you're always defending points. Based on that, you know, I'm starting from scratch from now, so there's nothing to lose. So every points or every money you pick up right now, the only way is up, right? Like you said yourself, and you don't have to fear about, oh no, the match play is coming on right now, I have to defend 25,000 or whatever. So that's not in your system, you know, and I feel good about that. And I have set myself goals. The first goal was getting this tour card. I don't know how hard it's going to be. Maybe I just get it in 2 days, you know, winning 1A and then the second day, a couple of days later or a week later, day 1 as well. But there are so many good players at the moment. Yeah, the likes of the Portuguese guy, you know, like Jose de Sosa, the guy from Poland, you know, Ratashki. They all came through this tour school, you know, and they are now top 16 and they are great players. So don't underestimate them. And that's what I'm not going to do. You know, I'm relying on myself. My setup is good. My head is good. And I'm looking forward to next week or Monday.
Yeah, you mentioned the likes of Jose, Christoph, Johnny Clayton winning at the weekend. Does seeing those guys pick up major TV titles give you belief that you can get back to that sort of level?
Yeah, of course. You know, Steve Beaton is still there. He still plays. He played World Championship. He still plays majors. And I think he's slightly a bit older than me, maybe 2 or 3 years. But if he can do this, you know, why not me? I believe in myself. I have the ability and I have the class to become, again, a top 16, maybe top 8 player in the world. And we'll see. I don't want to push myself too much and say something like I'm going to be top 4 in the world, but that's not realistic. But we also know what I can do. And if it goes well, we saw what happened with Glenn Durrant. on the fourth day, he got his tour card, and within months, he was within a year top 16 in the world. And yeah, then if you stabilize that, you can play in every major, and then you're getting your ranking points, and then you can stay in the top 16 for the next 2 or 3 years, and maybe climb higher like Johnny Clayton is doing right now. Unfortunately for him, he's not ranked.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But he's in the Premier League. Mervyn King as well. He's 54, playing some of the best darts ever.
Yeah. Well, there you are. Yeah.
But for yourself to climb back from where you've been, to get back to winning games regularly again, that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? And would that be one of your greatest achievements, considering where you've been?
Yeah, I think this was something to be proud of, like starting from zero again, from scratch, and then climbing, and then get ranking points. Then you can see what you need to do to start from zero again, and trust me, that is hard. And on the other side, I can say, okay, maybe it goes quicker than we all think. Why not? If you play well, and if you're sharp. And I'm really sharp at the moment. I'm playing really good. But you never know how this is going to be from Monday. These are tournaments played on the day. I prefer playing at night. So I have to deal with that, and that's why we start practicing at 9 a.m. in the morning already.
We're all dreaming of having fans back in the arenas again at some point. So it's the ultimate dream for you to be having a full crowd at Ali Pali, walking back out on that stage. That would be special, wouldn't it?
That will be really great. I got so much respect for the PDC that they still manage to do so many good things for the players. There's still money involved. They can still travel. I know it's hard with the COVID, but they still organize these tournaments. People at home can still watch these games. But of course, every sport is always better off, like the football, the tennis, rugby, or whatever, darts, snooker, with crowd, of course. Without them, well, to be fair, it's nothing special, And maybe the likes of José de Sousa and Dimitri van der Berg and Johnny Clayton, they did well because of that. What would have happened if there was still crowd? Did they managed to win? Did Gervin Price would win the World Championship when the crowd every turn he throws booing him? That will affect players in a way. Well, in all honesty, I think players like Dirk van Dijvenbode did really well in the Grand Prix, but he is a guy, and like Michael, those are guys. They're so hyper. They want to play and show their abilities for the crowd and for TV. So hopefully they can come back, but I don't think at the moment there's nothing going on that the PDC or the government in England will let this happen.
And just finally, before I let you go, I think Dart Connect will be going crazy next week with people refreshing, see your scores. Before we go, just a word from you for your fans. What we'd like to give a message to them.
A word to the fans. Well, I could use some help, supporting me. That would be nice. And I will always do my best. I believe in myself. I hope I can be sharp, and hopefully I can come back within a month or within 2 months and see me on stages again. And hopefully I can make sure that they can love the old Raymond van Barneveld again. So. Well, I think it's gonna be well. I'm gonna do well. That's what I believe, and I can't wait to be on that stage again. Yeah.
Great. Well, it's been great speaking to you. Sounding very positive. It's good to hear.
Okay, Josh.
Wish you all the best at Q School next week.
Pal.